Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, everyone. Oh my goodness, I am so happy to be here today.
And I am happy to be here with you, Zubie. How are you doing today?
Leo, honestly, I just had the best cup of tea before we started recording. Like, life is good. Life is really good.
Only you can start a podcast talking about tea.
Tea is important, Leo. Tea is basically medicine. But okay, we have a really exciting episode today, and I don't want to waste time.
Yes, and to all our wonderful listeners, welcome. Whether you are listening on YouTube, on Spotify, on your phone while cooking dinner, we are so glad you are here.
Yes, we love you all. And hey, before we jump in, can we just ask one tiny little thing?
Just one small thing.
If you are not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button right now. It takes 2 seconds and it means the world to us.
And if you find value in what we share today, and trust me, you will, please like this episode and share it with someone you care about.
Share it with your sister, your friend, your cousin, your colleague, anyone who needs to hear this. Okay, now let's get into it.
Let's go.
Okay, Leo, today's topic. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Today, we are talking about financial independence for women. Why every woman, every single woman, should be financially independent in 2026.
And this is not just a money topic.
No. This is a life topic. This is a rights topic. This is a know your worth and also know your bank balance topic.
Exactly. And here is why this matters so much. Many women, smart, hardworking, beautiful women, still depend completely on someone else for money. A husband, a father, a brother.
And that can feel normal, right? Like it is just how things have always been.
But when you depend on someone else for every single rupee, every single dollar, you lose something very important.
Your freedom.
Your freedom, your choices, your voice.
And many women feel scared about money, like, I am not good with numbers, or finance is too complicated for me. Have you heard that, Leo?
So many times. And that feeling, that fear, is exactly what we are going to fix today.
By the end of this episode, you will understand what financial independence actually means, why it matters so much right now in 2026, and simple, real steps you can take starting today.
Whether you are a student, a working woman, a housewife, a young girl just starting out, this episode is for you.
Okay, let's start from the very beginning. Leo, simple question. What does financial independence actually mean?
Great starting point. So financial independence, it means you have your own money, money that you earned, saved, or managed yourself. You do not need to ask someone else's permission to spend it.
Oh, I love that. Permission to spend. That hit different.
Right? Think about it. If you want to buy something, even something small, do you have to ask someone? Do you feel uncomfortable about it?
Yeah, and honestly, even before I started earning my own money, I remember wanting to buy a course online, just a small course, and I felt so awkward asking, like I had to explain myself, justify myself.
And that feeling, that discomfort, that is what financial dependence feels like, even in loving families, even in good relationships.
So, financial independence is not about being selfish. It's not about not trusting your family.
Exactly. It is about having options, having a choice, knowing that if something happens, you can stand on your own feet.
Stand on your own feet. I like that. Okay, so Leo, why is this especially important in 2026? Like, why now?
Let me think about this. Okay, a few things have changed in the world. First, the cost of living is going up everywhere. Groceries, rent, school fees, everything costs more now.
Everything. My grocery bill last month made me want to cry.
Yes, so in this world, one income for a whole family is very hard. Women who earn, even a little, make a huge difference.
A huge difference. And it's not just about crisis, it's about everyday life being better.
Second reason, the world now has more opportunities for women than ever before. Online work, freelancing, home businesses, remote jobs. You can earn money from your kitchen table in 2026.
From your kitchen table, like literally while your chai is boiling.
So the barriers that existed before, like I can't go outside to work, I don't have a degree, I have kids at home, many of those barriers are now much smaller.
Oh, that is such a good point. And I want to add, in 2026, not knowing about money is actually a choice because information is everywhere. Like you are literally listening to a podcast about it right now.
Exactly. Knowledge is available. The question is, are you using it?
Okay, let's talk about something that I think is really personal for a lot of women, and maybe a little sensitive. What happens when a woman has no financial independence and something goes wrong in her life?
This is important, and I want to be gentle here because this is real for so many people.
Yes, very real. Okay, imagine a woman who has been a housewife for 10 years. She managed the home beautifully. She raised children. She supported her husband's career. And then something happens. A divorce, a death, a family problem.
And suddenly she is alone with no income, no savings, no credit history, no job experience on paper.
She's completely stuck, not because she's not smart, not because she didn't work hard, but because no one ever told her you need your own financial foundation.
And that is heartbreaking.
It is, and it happens more than we talk about. That's why financial independence is not optional. It is protection. It is safety.
It's like a seatbelt, right? You don't wear a seatbelt because you plan to crash. You wear it because life is unpredictable.
Seatbelt. That is a perfect word for it.
Thank you. I have my moments.
Financial independence is your seatbelt. You hope you never need to depend on it fully, but you are so glad it's there. Okay, so now I want to get into practical things, real things. Let's talk about, what is the first step? Like a woman who is listening right now and thinking, okay, I want this, but where do I even start? What does she do?
The very first step is to know your numbers. And I don't mean complicated math. I mean, do you know how much money comes into your home every month? Do you know how much goes out?
Oh, okay, so just awareness first.
Awareness first. Before you can change anything, you have to see clearly. Many women have no idea what the household budget looks like because someone else handles all of it.
And that feels comfortable in the short term, right? Like someone else is handling it. Great, less stress.
But it's actually more stressful in the long term because you're in the dark. You don't know if things are okay or not okay.
I remember when I first sat down and actually wrote out my income and my expenses, like just on a piece of paper. And I was shocked. I was spending so much money on things I didn't even remember buying.
That is so common. And when you see it written down, it becomes real. It becomes something you can work with.
So, step 1, know your numbers. What's step 2?
Step 2 is open your own bank account in your own name.
Oh, yes, this one is so important.
Many women share a joint account with their husband or their family, and that's fine. Joint accounts have a purpose, but you should also have a personal account, just yours.
Just yours. And this is not about hiding money or being secretive. It's about having your own financial identity.
Financial identity. Yes, that is exactly the right word. When you have your own account, you exist in the financial system. You have a credit history. You have a record.
And I want to say a lot of women feel guilty about this. Like, if I open my own account, am I being selfish? Am I saying I don't trust my husband?
And the answer is no. Having your own account is smart. It's responsible. A loving partner will understand that.
Absolutely. Okay, so know your numbers, open your own account. What else?
Third thing, start saving. Even a small amount, even if it feels embarrassing because the amount is so small.
How small are we talking?
It doesn't matter. Seriously, even if it's 500 rupees a month, even if it's $10 a month, the habit is more important than the amount.
The habit is more important than the amount. Say that again.
The habit is more important than the amount because when you save consistently, even small, you build a muscle. The saving muscle gets stronger over time.
I love that, the saving muscle. Okay, so I started saving when I got my very first freelance payment. It was a tiny amount, but I put 20% aside and I told myself, this is not for spending. This is for future Zubie.
Future Zubie. That's a great way to think about it.
Future Zubie deserves good things, and present Zubie needs to make good decisions.
That mindset, saving for your future self, that is a very powerful shift in thinking.
Okay, we have covered some really important ground already. We talked about what financial independence means, why it matters more than ever in 2026, what happens when women don't have it, and the 3 first steps. Know your numbers, open your... Okay, we are back. And Leo, I want to ask you something that I think a lot of women wonder about, but maybe feel shy to ask.
Go ahead.
Is it possible to be financially independent even if you don't have a job? Like, what if you are a housewife? What if you stay at home? Does financial independence still apply to you?
Oh, good question. And the answer is absolutely yes.
Okay, tell me more.
Financial independence is not only about having a salary, it is about having financial awareness, financial skills, and some financial resources, even if they come from your household.
So a housewife can be financially independent?
She can be financially aware and financially empowered. For example, if you are a housewife, do you know the household budget? Do you manage the grocery money wisely? Do you have any savings in your name?
So it's about how you engage with money, not just whether you earn a paycheck.
Exactly. And here's something many people don't realize. Managing a home is economic work. If you had to pay someone to cook, clean, take care of children, manage schedules, it would cost thousands every month.
Oh, wow. I never thought about it like that. Housewives are basically running a small organization.
A very complex organization. And that skill, managing resources, planning, budgeting, those are financial skills. You just have to apply them to your own financial situation too.
Okay, that actually made me feel really good, because I think sometimes housewives feel like, I don't contribute financially, but that's just not true.
Not true at all. The problem is when all the decision-making power about money sits with one person and it's not you.
Right, so the goal is to be included, to be involved, to have a voice in financial decisions.
Yes, even if you are not earning outside the home, you should know what is happening with the family money, where it comes from, where it goes, what is saved, what is owed.
Owed, like debts, loans.
Yes, many women have no idea their family has loans, and then something happens and suddenly, surprise, there is a big debt, and they had no idea.
That is terrifying, actually.
It is. So being involved is protection. It is not interfering. It is your right.
You're right. Okay, I want to talk about rights, because I feel like this is where things get really interesting. Leo, what are some actual legal rights that women have when it comes to money and property?
Let me think. Okay, this will be a little different depending on which country you are in, but there are some things that are quite common.
Yes, let's keep it general first, and then people can look up their own country's laws.
Good. So first, in most countries, a woman has the right to own property in her own name. Land, a house, a shop, she can own it legally.
Okay, but do many women actually exercise this right?
That is the problem. The right exists on paper, but in practice, many women don't know about it, or their family doesn't support it.
So the law says yes, but culture sometimes says no.
Exactly. And that gap between the law and the lived reality, that is where education becomes so powerful.
Because when you know your rights, you can claim them.
You can claim them quietly, smartly, firmly.
I love that. Quietly, smartly, firmly. Okay, what else?
Second, in most countries, a married woman has rights in divorce, rights to property, to assets that were built during the marriage.
Even if she didn't earn a salary during that time?
Even if she didn't, because the law recognizes that a wife's contribution, even unpaid, has value.
Okay, that is so important because I think many women stay in difficult situations because they think, I have nothing. If I leave, I will have nothing.
And that fear keeps them trapped. But the truth is, they may have legal rights to assets they don't even know about.
So the first step to claiming your rights is knowing they exist.
Knowledge is the beginning of power.
Say it louder for the people in the back.
Knowledge is the beginning of power.
Okay, third right. What else?
Third, inheritance rights. In many legal systems, a woman has the right to inherit property from her parents, her husband. This is law. But again, many families handle things quietly, and women are left out.
And a lot of women just accept it because they don't want conflict. They don't want to seem greedy.
And that is understandable. But there is a difference between choosing not to take something and not knowing you had the right to it.
That is a really important distinction. Choosing to give up something versus not knowing you had it in the first place.
Yes, always know first, then choose.
Always know first, then choose. That should be a t-shirt.
I'll make it.
Okay, let's shift a little. I want to talk about earning because I think for a lot of women, especially younger women, students, the question is not just about rights, it is about how do I actually make money?
Yes, and this is where things get exciting because in 2026, the options are incredible.
Give me options.
Okay, first, online freelancing. Writing, graphic design, social media management, data entry, translation, video editing. You can do all of this from home, from your phone even.
From your phone. That is wild. I know women who are doing really well just from their phone, doing content creation, running small online businesses.
And the barrier to entry is low. You don't need a degree for many of these. You need a skill, a device, and an internet connection.
And the willingness to learn, which our listeners clearly have because they're here.
Exactly. Second option, teaching and tutoring. If you are good at something, a subject, a language, cooking, stitching, anything, you can teach it.
Oh yes, I know someone who teaches Quran recitation online. She has students from 3 different countries, just from her living room.
That is a beautiful example. Teaching is one of the most respected and flexible ways to earn.
Flexible is the key word, especially if you have kids or you're managing a home.
Third, home-based business. Baking, stitching, handicrafts, selling products. Many women have turned a hobby into a real income source.
And social media has made this so much easier. You don't need a shop, you post your work, you take orders, you deliver.
Simple, scalable, and you are your own boss.
Your own boss. Okay, I want to ask you something, Leo. Let's get personal for a second. Do you think financial independence changes a woman's confidence? Like, beyond just the money?
100% yes. And I have seen this firsthand.
Tell me.
I have a relative. She was very quiet, very shy, always second-guessing herself. She started a small tailoring business from home. Within 2 years, she was earning steady income, and she completely changed.
Changed how?
She started speaking up in family decisions. She had opinions. She traveled alone for the first time. She enrolled her daughter in a better school because she could.
Because she could. Oh, that gave me chills.
The money was not even that large, but the effect on her, her sense of self, her confidence, that was huge.
Because when you have your own money, you have your own voice. That's the real connection.
Financial independence is actually about dignity, about feeling like you matter, like you are a full person, not just someone who is taken care of.
And I want to say there's nothing wrong with being taken care of. Love and support are beautiful, but you should choose to be cared for, not be dependent because you have no other option.
Choice is everything. Choice is dignity.
Okay, let me ask about something practical, investing, because I feel like this word scares a lot of people, especially women who feel like investing is for people who already have money.
Oh, yes, this is a very common misconception.
Misconception, good word. A wrong idea that many people believe.
Misconception, exactly. And the misconception is, I need a lot of money to invest. But that is not true.
So, how little can you start with?
You can start with very little, even a small monthly amount put into something simple like a savings account with interest or a low-risk investment fund grows over time.
Because of compound interest.
Because of compound interest. And I don't want to go too deep into the math right now, but the basic idea is that your money makes money, and then that money makes more money.
It's like your money is working while you sleep.
Exactly. And the earlier you start, the more time your money has to grow.
So, young women, especially, students, early career women, starting even tiny amounts now is a big deal.
A very big deal. Time is your most powerful financial asset when you are young.
Time is your most powerful financial asset. Write that down, everyone.
And for women who are older and feel like, I missed my chance, you haven't. Starting today is better than starting tomorrow.
Always. Okay, we have been covering so much great ground. Let me just remind everyone what we've talked about so far. Financial independence for housewives, legal rights around property and inheritance, ways to earn, the connection between money and confidence, and now investing basics.
Coming up, we're going to talk about practical templates you can actually use, real-life situations, and how to deal with the fear and pressure that comes with this topic.
Don't go anywhere. This is getting really good. Okay, Leo, I want to do something practical now because I feel like sometimes we learn things and then we think, okay, great, but what do I actually say? What do I actually do?
Yes, real language, real situations.
Exactly. So let's start with what if a woman wants to talk to her husband or her family about starting to manage her own money? What does she say?
This one requires a little strategy, because the way you say something matters as much as what you say.
Oh, absolutely. Tone is everything.
So here's a template I would suggest. Something like, I have been thinking and I want to understand our finances better. I want to be more involved so I can support us and our family better.
Oh, I like that. It's not confrontational. It's not, I want my own money. It's, I want to contribute more.
You are framing it as a team effort, as partnership, not as a demand.
And my version would be a little more direct because that's my personality. I would say something like, I love us as a team, and I think a strong team means both of us understand our money. Can we sit time together and go through things?
Both versions work. Leo's version is softer, good for when there might be resistance. Zubie's version is more direct, good when you have an open, communicative relationship.
Choose the version that fits your situation. And remember, you are not asking for permission. You are inviting a conversation.
Inviting a conversation. That is a very healthy framing.
Okay, second template. What if a woman wants to tell someone, a parent, a sibling, an in-law, that she is starting to earn money, and she's a little nervous about judgment?
Ah, yes, the judgment fear. Very real.
Very real.
My template, I am working on something small from home. It keeps me busy and it helps with some personal expenses. I'm really enjoying it.
Keep it light, keep it positive. No big announcement.
No big announcement needed. Let your results speak over time.
I love that. And my version, I started a little project. It's early days, but I'm learning a lot and feeling really good about it. I will keep you updated as it grows.
Both versions give information without giving too much, without opening the door to too many opinions before you are ready.
Exactly, because sometimes you do not need everyone's opinion when you're just starting. Start small, get confident, then share more.
Protect your energy in the early stages. Very important.
Protect your energy. Okay, now let's talk about real-life situations, because I think this topic shows up differently depending on where you are in life.
Absolutely. Let's do this.
Situation 1. You are a university student. You have no income. Your parents pay for everything. What does financial independence look like for you?
For a student, it starts with financial education, not financial earning. Learn about budgeting. Even if someone else gives you money, manage it well. Know where it goes.
So even if you're not earning, you're learning the skills.
Yes, and if possible, try to do a small freelance job, even once, just to experience the feeling of earning your own money. It changes your mindset.
Oh, it really does. I remember my first paid writing job. It was maybe equivalent to $5 or $6, but I was so proud. I framed that amount in my head.
That is beautiful. And that feeling, that pride, you want more of it. It motivates you.
So for students, learn, practice small, and start building your financial identity even before you graduate.
Perfect summary.
Situation 2. You are a working woman, you have a salary, but you spend everything and save nothing. What do you do?
Oh, this is very common. Very, very common. The salary comes in and then somehow it disappears.
Where does it go?
Food, transport, nice things, subscriptions, helping family, it all adds up.
It really does.
So for a working woman, the first thing is what we call pay yourself first. Before you pay any bill, before you buy anything, take a percentage of your salary and move it to savings immediately.
Pay yourself first, not last, not if there is anything left. First.
Even 10%, even 15, whatever you can do. Make it automatic if your bank allows it.
And stop thinking of savings as money I can't touch. Think of it as money for future you, giving a gift to future you.
I love that. And track your spending, not to feel guilty, but to see clearly. When you see it clearly, you can make better choices.
There are so many free apps for this now, or just a notebook, old school.
Old school works perfectly fine. The tool doesn't matter. The habit matters.
The habit matters. Okay, situation 3, and this one is close to my heart. You are a housewife. You have no personal income. What is your path to financial independence?
Okay, let me be very real here. This situation requires patience and strategy.
Yes, it is not a one-step fix.
First step, have a conversation with your husband about being involved in financial decisions. Use the template we shared. Invite the conversation.
Don't avoid it because it feels awkward. Awkward conversations lead to important changes.
Second step, see if there is any household money you can manage directly, even grocery money. Practice managing that wisely. Build the skill.
Build the skill with what you have. Smart.
Third, look for something you can do from home. Teaching, crafts, online work, anything. Even 1 hour a day. Start small.
And ask, does your husband support this? Hopefully, yes. And if there is resistance, start with the framing we talked about. I want to contribute more. I want to be a stronger partner.
Most people respond well to that framing because it's coming from a place of love and responsibility, not rebellion.
Not rebellion, partnership. Okay, I want to address something now because I know some women listening might feel overwhelmed or scared or like, this is too much change for me.
And that feeling is valid.
It is completely valid.
Change is scary, especially when it involves something as sensitive as money and when it touches family dynamics.
But here's the thing I want to say. Financial independence is not about becoming a different person. It's not about suddenly becoming aggressive or demanding or selfish.
It is about becoming more of yourself, more secure, more confident, more able to take care of the people you love.
When you are financially stable, you become a better partner, a better mother, a better daughter, because you are not operating from fear and scarcity.
You are operating from strength.
From strength. And I want to address guilt because a lot of women, especially from certain cultures, feel guilty about wanting money for themselves, like it's a bad quality.
And that guilt is something that has been passed down from generation to generation. Women were taught, don't be greedy, don't want too much, Be satisfied.
And there's something beautiful in gratitude and simplicity, but wanting financial security, that is not greed.
That is wisdom.
That is love for yourself and for your family.
Wanting to be able to take care of your children, your parents, yourself, that is one of the most loving things you can want.
So let's reframe this. Financial independence is not selfish, it is responsible.
Responsible. That is the right word.
It is not scary, it is empowering.
And it is not too late, no matter where you are starting.
No matter your age, your education level, your current situation.
You can start today with one small step.
One small step. And you don't have to do it alone. You have us, you have this community, and you have yourself, and you are more capable than you think.
Much more capable than you think.
Okay, Leo, I want to do our recap section because we talked about so much today, and I think it's important to just bring it home.
Yes, let's land the plane.
Okay, you go first. What is something I said today that stuck with you?
You said financial independence is your seatbelt, and I loved that because it says you hope you never need it fully, but you're so glad it's there.
Yes, that one came to me in the moment, and I was like, oh, that's good.
It is good. And what about you? What did I say that you liked?
You said knowledge is the beginning of power, and the way you said it, so calm, so certain. I felt it.
And we also talked about financial identity, having your own account, your own record, your own presence in the financial world.
And we talked about how housewives are actually running complex organizations, and their skills are real financial skills.
And the difference between choosing not to take something and not knowing you had the right to it.
Oh, that one hit me. Always know first, then choose.
And we talked about investing, that time is your most powerful financial asset.
Start small, start now, and protect your energy in the early stages. Don't share everything with everyone before you are ready.
And most importantly, financial independence is not about rebellion or selfishness. It is about dignity, partnership, strength.
It is about becoming more of yourself.
More of yourself. That is the goal.
Okay, we are coming to the end of today's episode, and I genuinely don't want it to end. This felt so important.
It did. And I hope everyone listening feels that too. Because this was not just information, this was a conversation we hope changes something for someone.
Even one person, if one woman listening today decides, I am going to open my own bank account, or I am going to have that conversation with my family, or I am going to start saving something this month, then we did our job.
We did more than our job.
Okay, before we say goodbye, we want to make sure you stay connected with us because we are building something really special here.
And we want you to be part of it.
So please, if you have not subscribed yet, do it right now. Hit that subscribe button. It tells us that you're here, that you care, and it helps more people find us.
And if today's episode helped you, made you think, made you feel something, please like it. That small click makes a big difference.
And please share this episode. Share it with one woman in your life who needs to hear this. A friend, a sister, your mother, a colleague, a neighbor.
This kind of knowledge changes lives, and when you share it, you are part of that change.
You are literally changing someone's life by pressing the share button. Think about that.
And we have a comment question for you today. We want you to comment below.
Tell us, what is one step toward financial independence that you are going to take this week? Just one.
It could be, I'm going to check my bank balance, or I'm going to research how to open my own account, or I'm going to save 500 rupees this month.
Anything, big or small, write it in the comments because when you write it, it becomes real. It becomes a commitment.
And we read every single comment. Everyone.
We really do. And your comments inspire us to keep making episodes like this. So please, write to us.
We would love to hear from you.
Okay, final words. Leo, you go first.
To every woman listening, you are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be. And every step you take toward financial independence, no matter how small, is a step toward a better, freer life. Keep going.
Oh, that was beautiful. Okay, my turn. Ladies, you are capable of so much more than you have been told. Money is not complicated. Finance is not scary. It is just a skill, like cooking, like stitching, like speaking English on this podcast. You learn it, you practice it, and you get better.
And you do not have to do it perfectly.
You just have to start.
Just start.
We will see you in the next episode. And until then,
Take care of yourself.
know your worth
Know your rights.
and know your numbers.
Goodbye, everyone. This is Leo.
And this is Zubie.
Thank you for listening.